To the critics of Star Wars, if you're over the age of 12 years old, your opinion is irrelevant, because Star Wars was not made for people like you. It was made to expand the imagination of 10-year-olds and give them something to relate to in a grand and epic way.
One of the reasons why I made Star Wars is it's made for 12-year-olds. It appeals to everybody, but it was still made for 12-year-olds.
We were all 12 once.
And it's hard for people to realize, and I'm not supposed to say this, and I wasn't supposed to say it then, but, it's a film for 12-year-olds.
But it brings out the kid in all of us, doesn't it?
The fact that it's basically philosophy for children, being black and white, proves this. It's made for the same type of people that Spider-Man is made for. And while they can appeal to anybody can like it, it's intended for 12-year-olds. That's its target audience. If you don't like that, watch Star Trek. Or The Orville if you don't like Star Trek Discovery, which, Star Trek Discovery was a bit boring. They went about it wrong. And people complain in The Last Jedi that basically, oh my god, an impulsive character was punished for acting like the hero in an action movie. And then was yelled at by a purple-haired lady. Well, this is against traditional American action movies, but then Star Wars hasn't always been a traditional American action movie. It's taken influence from everywhere. And from literature, from history, from everything. And so it just happens that in this one, it took influence in the writing, at least from the East, from Asia. And people can't stand it. They can't stand anything that's different. And isn't it funny that the people that grew up with the originals are the ones that hated the prequels, creating documentaries like The People versus George Lucas, having movie reviews that are like 3 hours long? And then the people that grew up with the prequels are the ones that are hating the Disney movies. And the ones that grew up with the Disney movies are probably going to hate whatever's in store in another 20 years or 10 years or so down the line. It's because Star Wars is not made for adults. It's made for 12-year-olds. It always has been. And it always will be. And for those that complain that Star Wars The Last Jedi was too political, it had a political message because a purple-haired lady was bossing a man around, Star Wars has always been political. George Lucas has stated that America was the empire during the Vietnam War, and that the rebels were basically the Viet Cong.
The good guys are the rebels. They're using asymmetric warfare against a highly organized empire. I think we call those guys terrorists today. We call them Mujahideen, we call them Al-Qaeda.
When I did it, they were Viet Cong.
It's become the empire from the perspective of a lot of people around the world.
It was the empire during the Vietnam War.
He said that Emperor Palpatine was modeled after Richard Nixon. Star Wars has always been political, and if you're a prequels fan, you have no right to complain about Star Wars being political. It was basically C-SPAN in space in Star Wars 1 and 2. Seriously. And screaming, oh, the purple-haired lady is bossing Poe around. That's a feminist agenda. Leia bossed the shit out of Luke and Han around when she found them. She did. Go back and watch it.
Now wait till here! Listen, I don't know who you are or where you came from. But from now on, you do as I tell you, okay?
Look, your worshipfulness, let's get one thing straight. I take orders from just one person, me.
So one day you're still alive.
She was snarky and mean-spirited towards Han. How is that any different? Oh, Rey's character is either Mary Sue. She learned the Force too fast. We've already seen the long learning Force users in several movies and other areas. I am tired of it. I want to see something new. I don't want to see 3 fucking movies dedicated to Rey's training. And by the way, Anakin blew up a separatist ship. Well, it wasn't separatist then. And Luke destroyed the Death Star without any training. How is Rey any different? Oh, she can use the Jedi mind trick. So what? And for those mad that they didn't go with what the expanded universe had set up, I don't want to see movies about the Huzang Vong. I don't want to see movies about these edgy fucking aliens from another galaxy coming in and invading. That's bullshit. That's fucking stupid. I am glad Disney scrapped that. Holy shit. Fucking Palpatine clones. Really? Palpatine clones? Really? No. No. Or how about George Lucas's ideas, all being based on the wills and how they go with the midichlorians? Is that what you really want? Really want more of that kind of bullshit? And actually, you can blame George Lucas for some of The Last Jedi, because The Last Jedi followed George Lucas's original ideas for the movies, more so than The Force Awakens did. So Star Wars fans that are over the age of 12, maybe you should switch to Star Trek if you don't like where Star Wars is going.